Hello students, good morning. Now in your previous period we learn about your text as well as your audio. Okay, these are two components which we learn in your previous lecture. Actually, what is this? As I told you, these are your components of your multimedia. Okay, in your last period I told you what is multimedia. Multimedia means it is a term which is taken from two words, that is a multiple and media. Okay, and there are five components of that particular multimedia. Is the first one is the text, second audio, third graphics, fourth animation, and fifth one is your video. Among them we learn text as well as your audio. Okay, these two topics have been covered in your previous period. Now today we are going to start with your image. Okay, now images can be divided into two types. Okay, images can be divided into two types, that is first one is your vector and second is your bitmap image. Okay, these are two types of images. Now vector image, first of all we will be talking about your vector image. Actually this vector images, these are your certain images which uses your mathematical equations. That means what happens, these are your certain examples of your vector image. Over here you can see many mathematical equations, okay, or mathematical images like symbols. Okay, such things can be used by, see, this is your vector image. See, these are your best examples of your vector image. And vector image means what happens, it will be showing the mathematical images of your particular image. This is known as your vector image. And normal image, that is your second one, is your bitmap image. Bitmap image means it is a normal image which uses the pixels. Okay, now what do you mean by pixels? Whenever we are opening a file, okay, whenever we are opening a file, when we are trying to zoom in, you can see a small rectangular box is there. Such the best example is this. See, whenever we are trying to open that image, and when we are trying to zoom it, what happens, this is your pixel. That means this small tiny boxes, can you see these boxes? Can you see my mouse pointer? Okay, these boxes are known as your pixels. Now the whole together forms a group. The whole group of pixels, that is a whole group of small boxes, forms together, and it forms to be an image. Okay, two types of images. The images can be of two types. First one is your vector image, second one is your bitmap image. Vector images are those images which mainly uses the mathematical equations. That means mathematical equations, that means mathematical symbols. Okay, such signs can be used by using the vector images. The second one is your bitmap image. Bitmap image, the main thing is that it uses the pixel. Now what do you mean by pixel? Pixel is a small rectangular box, and you can see over here my mouse pointer. This small boxes, these are your these boxes are known as your pixel. Now whole group of these boxes forms together and form an one single image. Okay, now another second difference between these two vector image as well as your bitmap image is that bitmap image, it loses the quality of your image. That means the clarity of the images can't be maintained. In which image? That is your bitmap image. Why? Because whenever we are trying to zoom in, what happens, it loses the clarity. Okay, or it becomes blur. Okay, whereas in a vector image, such kind of images won't be losing its quality. Quality means what happens, whenever we will be trying to zoom in, it will be as it is. The quality will be as remaining as same as before. Okay, these are your two types of images we learned. That is your images images can be divided into two types. First one is a vector, second one is your bitmap image. And the first difference was that these are your examples of your vector image. Vector images mainly uses the mathematical equations, symbols, signs, any kind of mathematical things can be used in your vector image. Second one is your bitmap image. Bitmap images are those images where pixels can be used. Now what do you mean pixels? Pixels are these small rectangular boxes are known as your pixel. Now a group of boxes together, that means a group of pixels forms together and form an image. Okay, these are your two types of images. And the extension, see, you can see over the another best example. This is your normal image. Whenever we are trying to zoom it, okay, when we are trying to zoom it, what happens? It loses its quality, or the clarity of the images will be loosened. This is known as your which type of image? Bitmap image. Okay, and these are your examples of the extension of that particular image file, that is your .bmp, which is the full form of your short form of your bitmap image. .gif, graphic, the full form of GIF is your graphical interchange format file. Mainly we will be using this kind of images, that is your GIF, JPG and PNG. These are your three image files which we normally use. Okay, these are rest of the things are also used, but this is your Photoshop image. Okay, extension of that particular Photoshop. Now I can give you another best example where we can use, or where we used to see such type of extensions, that is your see, these are my images. Okay, now what happens? How to know what kind of image is this? Right click, go to properties. Now you can see .jpg. Can you see over here my mouse pointer? This is your what? JPG format, and as I told you, see, JPG format. Okay, in this way each and every image there will be a format. Without file extension there won't be any file. Okay, even though it is a audio file, video file, image file, any kind of file, there will be an extension. Without an extension there won't be any file. Okay, this is your image. Okay, today we learn image file. The first thing is your images can be divided into two types. First one vector image, second thing is your bitmap image. Okay, now next is your video and animation. Videos and animations means what happens? It can be divided into two types. Videos can be divided into two types, that is first one 2D and second one 3D image. Now what do you mean by 2D image? 2D images will be using, mainly it will be using X and Y axis. Okay, whereas your 3D images will be using X, Y and Z axis. Understood? Videos can be divided into two types. The first one is a 2D image and second one is your 3D image. And yeah, and the full form of 2D, that is your two-dimensional, and full form of 3D is your three-dimensional. And the best examples of your 2D is your Cinefig. This Cinefig is your best example of your 2D animation, which will be in your next second chapter. Okay, now from your second chapter and second, third and fourth chapter onwards, we are going to study the Cinefig Studio, which is your basic video editor. I can show you. See, Now these are your certain images. That is, can you see this image? Okay, this is your best example of your 2D image where we will be using just two axes, that is your x-axis as well as your y-axis. Okay, now the best example is your paint, the Cinefix Studio, drawing. Such things are your best example of your 2D image. Okay, now another thing is your 3D image. Now 3D image means what happens, I hope you all have seen VFX. Okay, VFX means the best example of your VFX movie is your Iron Man. Okay, your Avengers. Okay, another Marvels. The whole Marvels movies are your 3D VFX movies. So what happens? They are not actually such type of reality images or reality videos are made by VFX Studio. And the best example of your VFX is your Blender as well as your audio, Adobe After Effects. See, I can show you. Effects images. See, now over here you can see a lady is standing there, and over there she is carrying fire on her arms. Okay, do you think really a man can or a human being can carry a fire? No, it is not an actual thing. It is not possible, but it is possible through your VFX. See, this is another best example. Now this is your another best example. I hope you have seen this movie. Okay, and over here this is your another best example of a VFX. See, over here you can see bursting of an falling of an building. Okay, and do you think in reality they will be doing such things, or they will be making a bomb and putting it and breaking that building? No, it is not possible. So what they used to do, they used to create a VFX effect, and this VFX effect is done with your by using by Blender as well as your After Effects. After Effects is also another software. After Effects is not in your textbook, but they are, instead of After Effects, they are using the Maya example. You can see they are using Maya, Blender and 3D Max. These are your 13 VFX or 3D modeling videos. Okay, but actually right now Blender is also used, as well as here commonly we are using After Effects also. This is see, that means such scenes are being created in the VFX. See, can you see? I hope now it is clear. This are your best example of your what videos and animations. Okay, so today we learned two topics, that is your images. First one, images can be divided into two types. That is, the first one is your vector image and second one is your bitmap image. Second topic is about your videos and animations, and that videos can be divided into two types. The first one is your 2D image and second one is your 3D image. These are your two topics we learned today. And what is this? Images, images, audio, text, such, these are your components of your multimedia. Okay, again I'm repeating, multimedia components of a multimedia can be divided into 5. The first one is a text, second audio, third video, fourth animation, and fifth one is your graphics. Among them we learned in your previous period, we learned that is your text as well as the audio has been learned, and today we learn images and your animations or videos has been learned. Okay, now one topic will be remaining which will be learned in your next period. Okay, I hope today you all understood. Thank you, students.